Okay. Hi. Can y'all hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Carter.
What's up?
Oh, there
Got
you
posted.
go.
There is the comeback kid X.
Comeback man. The back come man. That
Do we call him the comeback kid still, or is it bad
no,
for example now?
he's a bad he's a bad influence.
Yeah, I always keep saying bad influence. I don't know why.
He's the bad
I'm about to
influence.
make that a move.
Yeah, you might as well at this point, so at least I'm half saying it right.
Anyways, go ahead, share, buddy, share, and see who
Share the
watches.
podcast.
Well, I would hope so. We're live.
Okay. We are live, aren't we?
Oh, live like right now?
Oh yeah, he went live and then joined the VC. Damn, you got
This
that
crazy psychopath.
fucking. You got that whatever the hell it's called quick.
Mhm.
I can never remember the
Well,
name.
he's got OBS always set up, I think.
Mhm.
So it's always
Yeah.
the intuition.
All right, time to tell people to come listen to me fucking yap.
I feel like you're gonna vent
Oh.
today. I could be wrong, but I feel like you're gonna vent.
I mean, it really just depends on what you ask me. If you have questions ready.
I mean, you wanted to join. You wanted to be a guest, so I was alright. I know some stuff too.
You're damn right I wanted to. It's just, it's interesting seeing podcasts in the community. You don't really see much of those anymore. And I mean, if you would have put Alexander Henry, people probably would have saw it and be like, oh, fuck, he's going off again. Because the last time I was on a podcast, it did not end well for me.
Well, what happened?
I was more so just in like a borderline narcissistic state. And ironically, the company that made me is the company I went off on a UCW because I was just, hot-headed and spitfire, thought I deserved more when I really didn't earn anything. And I went and shit-talked them on a podcast. And then, like, everyone was like, yeah, don't work with Alex. He's kind of an asshole. Or at least it's what it kind of built up to over time.
Were you like half in character, half not, or you just went off? Like you went off?
I went off, but I tried to cover it up as
Mhm.
being in character.
Okay. Did you mean what you say sometimes? Because I know sometimes when I cut a promo, like 80% of it is probably truth, while the 30% is like, or 20, yeah, 20% is like
So
somewhat true, but
at
in
the
character.
time,
Mm-hmm.
at the time, I believed what I said. But now in 2026, so this was in 2019, I would have been 16, 17 roughly. So if we're just going, full shoot of like this being the creator talking, not the character, Atlas Casanova. So I was like 16, 17. I believed what I said because, I was a hot-headed teenager. I thought, I deserved everything when I earned nothing. But, pretty much now in 2026, being 23 going on 24, like that's the truth of the matter. Like I could have believed I deserved anything, but I was just talk the talk, hardly walk the walk kind of mentality back then, where it was just like, yeah, give me this, and this, and what do you get in return? Fucking nothing. And I thought that's what worked for me in the community, and it didn't. It led to me getting, taken out of a lot of promotions. And really at the end of 2019, there was only one, maybe two companies that really used Alex every now and then. So that was kind of the reality check of like, oh fuck, I burnt all of these fucking bridges and I need to like go take some time and like learn to grow the fuck up, and I ended up disappearing from CAW for like 9.5 months, maybe 10. And then when the pandemic came along, it was, like, oh, CAW's still there. Let's go back. If people want to work with me, they can work with me. I want to try to do right in what I did wrong. If they don't, then I'll just try to find another hobby to make it work during the pandemic. And very, very miraculously, I came back, and then it was just like, it was a slow burn, you know, like one company used me for a tag match, and then I started getting singles bookings and in Showcase, and then it just led up to like, it was almost kind of like poetry in motion in a weird way, because it ended with me returning to the company that I thought was doing so wrong to me. And now it's just a matter of, you know, proving myself that I did learn from 2019 and I want to do better by it, if that all makes sense.
Carter, did you let Alexander Henry go during that time? Or not? You didn't make him at that time?
Or during the
I don't
pandemic?
think I met him. I think I may have like crossed paths with him maybe once. I'm not 100% sure. We really didn't start like knowing each other probably till maybe 2022. I would say.
Yeah, like around the time I signed to WZW is whenever we like really got the click with one another.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably around that time, like 2020. Yeah, like 2021, like late 2021.
So did you see W let you go, Alex, or you just stayed like, all right, this guy's talking that shit, or just? So?
If anybody remembers it, when Ty Dillinger, who's known as Sean Spears, left WWE the first time around, he made a post on social media just being very forward with it, being like, hey, I'm leaving the company. I want to leave off on good terms with them. I tried to replicate that, but then you could have, like, even saying shooting myself in the foot feels like an understatement for me going on that podcast and saying what I said. Yeah. Because how can I go and post, you know, oh, we're ending on good terms. We just didn't, you know, we saw different visions for the character, and then go and be like, you know, go and talk shit. That doesn't work. And again, if anyone were to say I shot myself in the foot in that predicament, that's an understatement. I might as well have taken a 50 caliber and blew my whole leg off at that point, because it just shattered, you know, the post of, oh, we're on good terms, but Alex goes and talks shit. You know, it was such a stupid thing as a young adult teenager. But like I said, really what I'm doing in UCW right now, as it comes and goes with the episodes, is just trying to tell the journey of like Alex really learning who he wanted to be in his time away from UCW, but also as a creator, I want to show Jose and Brian, like, hey, y'all are gracing me with an opportunity that I quite frankly don't deserve. Like, I don't even deserve to be back in UCW, but they heard me out. I spoke my piece. I apologized.
Yeah.
They accepted it and they brought me back in. So the least I can do is give them the best quality of work that I can possibly give as a way of saying thank you.
Yeah. Okay. That's what's up. I mean, people grow. That's good. When I started, I burned like many bridges because I was the cocky producer. Like, yeah, we have the best. Like, you know, I never said it in that way, but I guess when I say we are the most extreme, then that's like me saying we're the best in a way. So
yeah,
like I remember when I made the general manager cut a promo, and it burned a lot of people's bridges, like because they let me into their community, and here I am like Paul Heyman my way into like we're the most extreme, blah blah blah. We're not like them other promotions, and when I say when I did the slogan, oh, we're not just an alternative, we're the extreme alternative, that caught people the wrong way, and they realized in a way, oh, you know, that's just them in character, and in a way we are, you know, but in my way it's like, yeah, we're in character, but you know, like in a way, like we wanted to be that promotion, so it burned a lot of bridges. I never apologized for it. If anything, I would apologize. It's more like, you know, like, sorry if it hurt your feelings in a way. But it's like, it's more like it made us who we are, you know? So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and I mean.
So when did you get your start? When did you get your start in this call thing?
Or what's that, sorry?
When did you get your start in this call thing that we do?
So it depends on your perspective. So in actuality, I've been doing COD for about 12 years.
Okay.
Because I started, and what I see is the typical way of starting competing in competitive leagues. I would just go on 2K, make a very basic, very vanilla character, go into competitive leagues, and play with my friends. But in this part of the community where it's your character work is valued, your match quality is valued, your promo work is valued.
Yeah.
It wasn't until about 2017. So actually the 15th of last month made it 9 years since I started in this community, which is fucking insane to think about that it's been 9 years. So I was still in competitive leagues on Xbox, and then I'm sure you guys know this name, DJ Black. He came to me and he said, yo, this community on Instagram, or this company on Instagram called UCW just signed DJ Black. It's nothing like what we're used to. It's different. They record the matches and they put it up on YouTube. I want to bring you in too. I recommended them to you and they're open to it, or at least that's what I remember. So I may be, metaphorically paraphrasing some of this story.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm down. All I got to do is just get a PlayStation because, cross-platform wasn't a thing on Community Creations at that time. So I got a PlayStation. DJ very graciously made me a character, which was originally supposed to be Matthew Henry, Alex's brother. But then I decided, okay, I've ran with Matthew for 3 years at that point. Let's change it up. So then came Alexander Henry, something the same but also different. And when I joined UCW, I was, the punk rock kid and skull tights, kick pads. Even though the character looked cool, I was still very vanilla. So really, that's how I got my start, was just DJ saying like, hey, there's this thing called UCW. It's, AI versus AI, and it's on YouTube and all of that. And honestly, if I would have told him no, I don't think there would have ever been an Alexander Henry or 100 of my fucking characters that I'm sure people are sick of at this
point. Why do you have so many characters? Why do you have so many? I'm curious.
So it's a mixture of things. My two personal reasons is one, I've explained it to people briefly. I'm a 23-year-old with ADHD. I have far too many ideas that run through my head, and being able to have a platform like the CAW community where it's just like, you can bring your ideas to life. Obviously, I can't do something like Kiyoshi Ozawa as Alexander Henry. I tried that. It didn't fucking work. I'm going to acknowledge it before somebody puts in the comments, well, you did Ikono Miyazaki. I tried it. It didn't fucking work. That's how Kyo was made. But it's really just me, I guess, kind of getting my fix, for lack of a better term. It sounds so wrong. But getting my fix of just like, ooh, I have this idea that I think I can run with. And just bringing it to life, even if it's a COD that doesn't get booked on a company. I have plenty of them that don't get used, like Carter and I talked about it yesterday, the Raven King. That's a character that honestly, out of all of the ones that didn't work out, I'm the most disappointed in, because I feel like, as someone who is very into supernatural writing, that could have just excelled for me, where it's just like, oh, I have this supernatural character, this supernatural faction, let's fucking run with it. We don't see it often in CAW, but ultimately some things work, some things don't. Like, I didn't expect Atlas Cassanova to work out, where it's literally just me. Like, if cameras were on right now, I could go out to my car and get my gear and show you, like, yes, this is literally just Atlas. Like, this is the creator of Atlas Cassanova in the game. And XU even saw it whenever I was in New York a few weeks ago. But the other reason is and some may take this with a grain of salt, and I respect it. People, we don't all have to share the same visions. I don't ever want to be a character where it's you see Alexander Henry or Atlas Casanova in 7, 8, 9 different companies. Because you can only, in my opinion, with Alex and Atlas, you can only continue to run the same thing so much until it gets stale. That, or for Alex's case, really his whole story right now is redemption, where it can really only be told in UCW, because UCW is the company that made Alexander Henry. And do I have him in other companies? Yes. Alex just picked up the Wrestleverse World Championship yesterday, which Cameron Witt and whoever's in creative, thank you very much. I don't believe I deserve to be world champion because I've kind of been lacking recently, but I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be the inaugural champion, and I hope to excel with my work there. But Atlas Casanova, in this case, I feel like the underdog story can only go so far before it gets stale and repetitive, kind of like how it was with Sami Zayn in WWE. So that's why I have like the Kiyoshi Ozawas, even though I haven't remade them yet, the Ryder Toas, the Silas Vanes, even cause that you haven't seen, like the Asher Hazes, where it's just always like, if a company comes to me and it's like, hey, we want to bring you in, even if it's not one of the main guys. Okay, here's my options, just so it's someone different. If it isn't Alex or Atlas, you can have Keo, who I really want to try to get back on the map, because when he came in, call it cocky, but it's just the way that it looked like it was going. He was fucking red hot. And maybe it was just perfect timing because everyone loved the Japanese cause at that time. Maybe I was a bandwagon, but it worked. And then he kind of fell off the grind, and I want to get him back on that grind. That, or if they even want to see some cause of mine that never really got to see the shine, like even this one, I'm just like, God damn, I wish he got used more, and I wish I could find what works for him. Is Matthew Henry, Alex's brother, like the OG, the unk of the universe, as we joke around and call it here, or the AH universe, whatever it is. But ultimately, to just kind of wrap up my yapping for that question, it comes down to just me kind of expressing my internal ADHD thoughts of just like constantly having new ideas without having to change one or two core characters, and also to just keep it diverse, for where it's like, if you like me, like the creator of these characters, you can still see me, but it's always something new, where it's a challenge to myself to show to the people like, hey, maybe this guy can do like these ideas and make them work. Like Kiyoshi Ozawa, again, I don't speak Japanese. I wish I fucking did. Maybe I should learn how to, considering having a Japanese character, but I didn't expect him to work. I expected it to just be one of those hyperfixation characters of like, oh, I'm really into Japanese pro wrestling right now, I'm going to make a Japanese call. And it fucking worked. So I want to be able to still be out there in the community, but keep people with fresh content each time I bring a character to a show. Again, some may take it with a grain of salt, some may not agree with it. That's just ultimately my perspective, and if anybody disagrees with it, it's a topic I love to discuss, Yeah,
that's really cool. One question I always wanted to ask you is, when it came to all your different characters, which was one that you didn't expect to succeed and it did, like, tremendously well? Really?
Or at least like knowing where he's going now. Obviously, I'm not going to say anything here because we're live on podcast, but knowing where the character's going. Whenever I first made him, it was, again, just one of those things where it's just like, you know what? Why the hell not? Because I'm sure some people who know me through the XVPW server know that I'm training to be a professional wrestler in real life. And it was just like, you know what? At that time, I had suffered a slipped and herniated disc in my lower vertebrae, and I was just having issues with my body in general. I fucked up my knee multiple times before I was even like 16, 17 years old, when all that shit went down. Just being a fucking stupid teenager, and then to add that on top of that, it's like, okay, can I physically do this, is the question. And in my head, the answer was no. Because on top of being someone who loves showcasing his ideas, I'm also my own worst critic. Like, I always tell people, you can tell me whatever critique you want, because it's not something I haven't told myself yet. So I just kept telling myself, nah, I don't think I can do it physically. So let's make Atlas Casanova to just kind of get like half of a fix, where it's just like, okay, I'm not looking at Alexander Henry. It's just like, God, I wish I could be him. Where it's just Atlas Casanova. It's like, hey, that's me. That's cool. And then so many people were just like, oh, we want Atlas. We want Atlas. We want Atlas. We want Atlas. And I'm like, holy fucking shit. Like, at this point, Alexander Henry's on the back burner, and he was the main dude people wanted for fucking years. I would offer them 4 or 5 different causes, and they'd be like, no, we want Alex. Fuck you. And it's like, now it's like, oh, fuck. I say, like, oh, do you want Alex? No, we want Atlas. So I'm like, holy fucking shit. Like,
That's crazy. That's awesome, though. That's awesome.
but also Kiyoshi Ozawa. Because at that time, like I noted earlier, it was during the time whenever the Japanese cause were like the big thing. There was the Kiyoshi Saibas, the Ryomas, the Akumas, etc. And being somebody who doesn't record highlight reel, I could have easily just fallen into the shuffle, been put on the back burner. It's like, okay, yeah, this guy's caused a Japanese veteran of 20 years. Yeah, whatever. The guy doesn't record his matches. And we'll bring him in, put someone over, put him to the fucking side. But ultimately, people really liked the character and, you know, ran with it. I mean, shit, the character literally came in and won a title in his first fucking match. Like, sure, it was an EFED, but a title's a title. Like, lovingly and as respectfully as I can say, if there's people that can come into the community and say, I'm a 77-time champion, then I can consider Kiyoshi Ozawa winning 1 title in his first match a pretty big accolade. Because it's not often that you hear that in CAW, even in EFED, where it's like, oh, this CAW was made fucking 2 months ago and he's already winning titles.
Right.
So, yeah, really, Atlas and Kyo, the 2 other core characters of my bunch, really, I didn't expect them to work.
So,
Max, you there?
Yeah, I was just listening. Yeah, I was just listening.
He's just thinking, God, when is he gonna fucking shut up?
Nah. What was the Alex? Because when I came in, I only know about the Alexander Henry character. So, what you call it? Because I think they wanted me to book you to face you as X. So when did you find out? Like, oh shit, I get to face X.
So,
right?
I won the UCW YouTube title, or Alex, whichever it is. I don't know. I'm going to speak on it from first person perspective, because if I keep saying Alex, it's going to drive me nuts. So I won the UCW YouTube title, and that was the first ever championship I won in UCW.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until, I believe, a couple weeks before our match was announced that I was told I was going to face you. Mm-hmm. And obviously, we didn't know each other as well as we do now. Like, I'm honestly, between you and Carter, I consider you 2 of my closest friends. Mm-hmm. And not to say anyone else in my server or in the server is close with me, or I don't have close friends outside of CAW, but like in the community, you 2 are 2 of my guys.
Yeah.
So at that time, we just knew each other through passing, where it's just like, oh, hey, what's up? Like, never really communicated with each other, never really worked with each other. So they're like, you're going to face the Comeback Kid X. So I went and, started studying your stuff for CAW. And I'm like, oh, fuck, this is like a big deal. Like, I'm facing one of the biggest names in the community right now. Not to kiss your ass.
No, that's cool.
But that's just the reality of the situation, where it's like, it's more rewarding for me, even as the champion, to face you than it is the other way around, let alone beat you. Which, like, I've told you it, and I'll put it on the record on a live podcast. You should have won that match. Like, yes, it was I believe my 3rd or 4th defense, and the story was going the way it was. Mm-hmm. But on paper, Alexander Henry shouldn't be beating X. Like, yes, Alex is what would be deemed a veteran, or maybe that in between of the past and the present. But he has no business beating somebody like X, who is literally ranked number 1 on every fucking newsletter in the community, whether it's seen as bias or not. Like, it's still on paper, it just doesn't make sense. But then you showed me the match, and it's like, holy fuck, like, this really showed a battle of determination to win, and it wasn't just, okay, Alex comes in, oh, here's this big name X, oh, he beats X, okay, cool. It's like, okay, Alex really fucking earns this win against X. And sure, by this point, Alex had maybe had 3 or 4 world titles, but I truly believe that match is what showed to not people like the audience, but to myself, where it's like, oh fuck, Alex may be able to go in the main event. It's just really my biggest thing that I know that is holding me back in the community is my stubbornness on not recording my matches. And that's something I've come to learn and accept that will always kind of be a blockade in my way of excelling further, because I tell people it all the time. I run a writing business. I have a full-time job. I'm training to be a pro wrestler. I'm in the gym 4 or 5 days a week. I'm trying to maintain a social life. It's like, it's not just the stubbornness of like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have to learn how to do all this shit, and I'm gonna have to be very, on top of it, make sure everything's on point. It's also just a matter of I don't really have the time to commit to it because I'm committed to so many other things, where it's just like, when a company comes to me and it's like, hey, can we get one of your calls? I'm like, I'm going to tell you now, I don't record matches. So if you want them, shit, you may be kind of out of luck there in terms of me recording my matches. And I don't want that to come off as a way of like, trying to sound disrespected when people say, no, I don't want you because you don't record your matches. It's just the reality. It's like if I were to say, oh, say I make it in pro wrestling, say fucking one day, like 10 years from now, WWE reaches out, or AEW or New Japan. They're like, hey, can we bring you in, but you got to wrestle 3 times a week? Oh, fuck no, I'm not doing that. Okay, we don't want to do business with you. It's the reality of the circumstances, where it's just like, if I say, hey, I don't have time to record my matches, and even if I did, I don't know if I would be willing to commit to it, because I'm the kind of person where it's like, if something doesn't feel like it's working for me, I drop it and I move on. And if it were to feel like HLR is just not for me, drop it, move on. It's a forceful habit. It's somewhat destructive, somewhat beneficial, but I don't want it to jeopardize any shows that I'm in, because all it takes is one match where it's just like, oh, I'm not feeling this. And for all I know, I can be like, okay, I'm never doing fucking HLR again. So I never want people to assume that if they were to say like, hey, can we bring you in? Oh, hey, I don't record my matches. Okay, maybe this won't work. That I feel disrespected by it, or that I'm upset by it. Or if people come to me and say like, hey, you're having this match, we're putting you, you're going under, insert name here's going over because they're recording the match and we feel like they deserve that for doing that. Like, I never feel disrespected by that. And that's another big part of why I feel like you should have gone over in that match. You recorded the match from start to finish, knowing that I was just going to say, like, hey, and even then, like, giving you the ideas, I wasn't all there. Because I was, like, kind of just starting to build up the courage to, like, really start paying attention to Kaw again. Where it's just like, hey, here's 2 inspirations. Fucking run wild with it. Like, the moment you heard that, you should have just went to them and be like, dude, I'm going over. Fuck you. Like, but you didn't.
Yeah.
So I've hit a point with Kaw where it's just like, I'm very grateful for the opportunities that I have, even if it's ones that I don't expect to work, like the Kiyoshi Ozawas and Atlas Casanovas.
When you, because it's funny, I didn't know the Kiyoshi Ozawa character was yours, and I was like, oh, look, another R-Dub match. Let me watch this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I didn't know Kiyoshi Ozawa was your character till later on. How did that match came about with you versus R-Dub?
Am I okay to say the owner's name on podcast and put it on record?
Seraph.
So I think, if I'm recalling it correctly, because this was like, what, 3.5 years ago? Mm-hmm. Seraph literally just messaged me. It's like, hey, do you want Kyo to face R-Dub for the Central American title? And I'm like, fuck it. Why not? Kyo hasn't done HLR yet. Let's see what R-Dub can do with him. Because what I say for you can also be applied for R-Dub. Like, that dude from, and maybe it's loose, this term, but I have always deemed R-Dub a mentor. Like, even if he's not sitting down with me and just being like, hey, this is what you need to do with Alex. This is how you need to do it. This is A, B, and C. he gave me an opportunity when I came back from my hiatus after everything that happened with UCW, after everything that happened with I'll put it on record with Legacy Pro Wrestling, not Jada Morales's, but Eddie's.
Eddie Vengeance, yeah.
Because I burnt a bridge there too, because I was overzealous and cocky and believed that I deserved more than I had earned. And RW gave me an opportunity to compete for the XVPW, or not the XVPW, the XPW, excuse me, heavyweight title when he was freelancing with that title, going around defending it. And he gave me the best possible singles return match that I could have ever asked for. And yeah, just like I forgot where I was going with that. Fuck, my mind just blanked. But overall, like R-Dub, fuck, he's a mentor to me, and I saw the opportunity to maybe get another good big match and mentorship from R-Dub with Kiyoshi Ozawa, and ultimately it delivered. It was a really good match in my opinion. It's just maybe it's on me for kind of paying attention to other characters over Kyo at the time, but unfortunately it just kind of fell flat, where it's just like, okay, Kyo has this big fucking match with R-Dub, and then he disappears for 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like, I think that's like legit how Ka is in general. Like,
yeah.
Like,
for sure.
It's like big match. Okay, 4-month hiatus.
Yeah, it's like, see you next year.
I mean, it happened with what? I remember Vetti. I did that big match with Vetti. He was gone.
Yep, and then he dipped.
Who else? I don't want to say Jackson, but I guess after the massacre one, after Arrival ended, like, okay, maybe like he did like 2 more
Are we
matches.
thinking of the same Jackson, Bates, or a different Jackson?
Bates.
Yeah, Bates.
I will put it on record right now. I do not care which of my cause it is. Jackson Bates is somebody I need to have a fucking match with before I dip from this community, or before he dips from this community.
One of your many cause, or just like what?
One of the, just someone in the AH fucking universe. Like, honestly, I believe Kyo versus Jackson could be a really good fucking match.
You know what's funny? I'm surprised that you haven't made a promotion yet.
I have debated it so many times.
I feel like you would have been a really cool booker with your own little universe.
I've debated it so many times, not even just for my cause. I hinted at it on my way back from a Ring Crew show in Ohio. I think it was no, it wasn't on my way to Double or Nothing when all of us went to see you. It was the one before that, and I thought about it. I'm like, it doesn't have to be something big.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't even have to be full HLR. But I've always had the little desire, because, like, don't get me wrong, if people want to have the big bright lights, fireworks, the stages, more power to them, by all fucking means. It's a video game. You paid your money. You're in this community. You have free will. Do what you fucking want. I encourage the hell out of it.
Yeah.
And with that same point, I want to be the kind of person where it's like, it just looks like something you would see where it's like a pop-up show or just something local, where it's just like, oh, hey, like the company I do Ring Crew for, Neo Pro Wrestling, where it's just like, okay, they're in Louisville, Ohio, and it's a crowd of like 100, 200 people, where it's like, that's the kind of show I can see myself running, where it's just, something small, just every now and then, nothing consistent, but it falls back to the two different points I made earlier of me being my own worst critic, and also the worry of, can I commit to this in a way that is beneficial to not even myself, but to the audience watching and to the people giving me their time to be on this show. Because I already forgot which of you two said it, where it's like, I feel like you feel like I could be a good booker. I don't feel that. Even in stories where I've had times where people are like, oh, that's a really good promo, or that's a really good idea, and it's like, oh, I don't think so. No, I think this will fall flat. And it's ultimately destructive in that case, because there's so many times where it's just like, oh, I can run with something, and I don't, because I worry if people are gonna like it or not.
Yeah.
So I just feel like, one wrong booking where it's just like, oh, X loses the painapple in a squash match, and then I'm out. It's like,
Well, I mean, I
people
think any person
crucify
would
me.
want to see that. They would 100% pay for that.
I mean,
Dude,
honestly,
yeah,
more power.
like,
more
not
power
gonna
to
lie,
them.
like, you know what's funny? You know what's funny? Like, my call is legit less available for everybody, even though I say I'm exclusive to XVPW. Meaning, like, my recordings are, like, just for XVPW, but, like, I'm not that type of person. It's like, I don't care. Like, I lose the panic. I don't give a fuck. You know, or, like, oh, Nino or something, whatever. I just, it's there. Like, it's there. That you can have it. I just feel like, not gonna lie, after hearing you talk for, I think, people people take calls very seriously. You take yourself very seriously, to the point where, like, just make this fun for you and just do it for you. If you feel you have the time to just make your own promotion, do your own fucking promotion. Fuck what other people think. That's what's been my mentality.
Because like. The big part in the idea where I'm like, okay, I don't think people would be open to this. And by no means, I want to put it on record, I don't want it to be a shot to anybody.
Yeah.
But it's just to make it fit for the idea, where it's like, this is local. This is something that, you'd see a poster of on a fucking telephone pole. And you'd be like, oh, okay, let's go see that. I mean, it's a crowd of like 100, 200 people.
It's content. It's content by the end of the day,
Yeah.
And it's just like, I guess I'm just kind of like explaining the weird intricacy of my mind, where it's just like, okay, why don't we all have characters that would be something you would see in a local independent show, where it's like, you have the Alexander Henrys, the Carter Youngs with the bright, flashy gear, the crazy entrances, the fireworks. Yeah. But then, for example, one of my causes that I've always seen as just a local indie guy that, is just a veteran of the craft. You go to whatever my company's name would be, and you see like an Asher Hayes, where it's just like, it's something simple. And honestly, I think in my mind, I think it could be fun for people to just try to do something a little different. But at the same time, I don't want to push my perspective of like, okay, I have on record, the confirmed number is 17 characters. I don't want to push that mentality on other people to where they feel like, okay, to get in Alex's company, I have to make another character. It's more so just like, if I were to do this, if somebody wants to make a character where it's just like, hey, this is just someone you would see, not on the big shows, not on the NGWs.
I can tell you right now,
maybe the XVPWs.
Alex, I can tell you right now, like you do it. And as long as it makes you happy and fun for you, bro, like, do that shit. Cause you sound very passionate about it. You're not gonna lie. I think you are very similar to Cam, where Cam has all the knowledge, all the ideas in the fucking world. He just does not have the
confidence.
Not even the confidence.
Or not confidence. More like
the materials.
Material.
Yeah, like Cam does not have access to all of the materials in the world. Cam has a lot of confidence because he speaks up about it all the time. He does not have enough confidence to the point where, like, well, people care enough, and that's where it gets to him, because people don't care. Well, you know what? If you pop it on YouTube, maybe the people in our community don't care, but maybe one random person who's gonna be, oh, what the hell is this? Oh, that's fun. Those are the people you should care about.
And since you say that, I guess I can put this on record too, because I kind of have a reputation with Alex. Since we're on a podcast where it's just the creator talking, it's not like a work thing where it's like, Alexander Henry's on the podcast, maybe we'll get something interesting for the characters' next development of a story. It's the creator talking. So we're addressing the elephant in the room of Alex's face changes, name changes, gimmick changes, move changes, entrance changes, all of it. That's kind of where it falls down to, is a lack of confidence in the character. Because it's just like, as much as it's also like, oh gosh, so many people want Alex, it's like, not as many people want Alex. Is this not working? Or just like, oh god, things are kind of stagnated right now. Should I change it up? So I agree with the both of you. Like, if anyone were to try to call me out and be like, oh, you're one of, like, just on paper, it's not a thing of like, oh, I dare somebody to talk shit about me. If somebody has a problem with me, whatever. But if someone were to try to say something about me and be like, "Oh, Alex is one of the most unconfident scumbags in CAW," it's not something I haven't told myself. I say that am very unconfident.
Right.
So I agree. Like, maybe I will do it. Maybe even if it's just for one show, just to pop up and experiment. Like, I would be willing to do it. It's just a matter of, again,
my idea is you purchase the game, you have fun with it, right?
Yeah.
You have all these ideas in the world, and you sound very passionate about it. You fucking do it. Like, what's there fucking stopping you? Like, nobody's there to fucking stop you. You know. You have this idea,
right?
Fucking do it. You know. That's how I came up with FCPW. I saw a group of my friends. We did this fucking skit, and I'm like, wow. Like, y'all are fucking hella talented, you know, and y'all, like, in front of a camera, like, and in my head, like, I want to do something with this, and, like, fuck let's do it. Like, you know, me and my friends spent the whole entire time just chilling in Burger King or whatnot, playing fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! We were like, yo, let's make a YouTube channel, you know, like,
right,
and that's how XPW was created, you know, and
yeah, like. Hell,
and we did it. We did it for us. Like we did it for us. We didn't do it for, like, you know, people like watching us. We just did it because, you know, here's something, you know, have memories for, you know.
Yeah.
With like NGW and stuff, like, it was never meant to be like as it was. It was me and my buddy in high school, the guy that plays the Leon Hayes character. Like, we were just like, oh, like, we have all these characters and whatnot. Let's make a fucking show, like, out of them, because we love doing this stuff with 2K. Because we would crash over at each other's places, like, on just a random ass weekend and run a universe mode and stuff like that with our characters and whatnot. And so that's pretty much how it devolved into becoming what it was. So it's legit just having how it started for X and I is just having fun.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out how to formulate my thought process with it, where it's like it still is fun. I still enjoy the community, but it's so weird that, I guess, to put it into perspective to myself, that I take it as seriously as I do, where it's like I always feel like I have to give the best possible content. I feel like it's more so, how do I make it enjoyable for everyone else? Like, that selfless mentality. And if anyone in the community or in my personal life has known me for more than 5 minutes, that's not something that just applies to, you know, COD. That's just something in my life. Like, I'm not going to go on record and call myself selfless, but I've had a lot of people call me selfless, where it's just like, I try to always put the best of interests for others in the consideration when making these kind of decisions. And that's why that thought of, like, okay, if I were to say, hey, I'm starting a promotion, it's going to be something built kind of like a local indie show. If you want to come in, do you maybe want to make a character that would fit this environment? I feel like people would more reject the idea than be like, oh yeah, this could be fun. But at the same time, that's also, it could very well just be the naughty little worm in my head just trying to tell me all the things I don't want to hear.
I mean, if you're going to start something, especially with all the characters that you have, then just make it just you. Like, you. Before you open your world up to, now you have to talk, now you're talking to 20 different type of people. You know?
Yeah.
And not only that, but, like, now I feel like you're going to overthink it. Like, oh, crap, I started this, blah, 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 but now I have this. You know, oh, snap, like, now, like, I got to find a commentator. I got to find this. And, no, like, just worry about you.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's like, when it comes to, like, those kind of people in terms of going out to ask, like, the best quote I've always given is, the answer's always going to be no if you don't ask. So maybe there'll be people that will say yes. It's just all about,
I understand.
If you wanted to do that, put your foot forward.
I understand you're trying to please people with the if you ever do start your own promotion, is that you have to please people. But the only person you have to please is your fucking self first. You know, you did this for you. You did this for you. You started your own promotion with all the characters that you have. You know the stories. You know their weaknesses and strengths, right? I'm pretty sure you do. So, like,
I would fucking hope so.
Yeah. So, like, dude, worry about you first, you know? Like, Like, trust me, like when I did XVPW, I didn't open my doors till 4 years afterwards. You know, it was just me and a group of my friends. Like, we didn't know, like, all the messages like, hey, can I join this? Can I join that? Blah blah blah. No, like I was saying no, and I was like not requesting any people at all till I finally opened my doors like during COVID. So, like, if you have this and if you're very passionate about it, Alex, I feel like you start your own fucking promotion, have fun. You know, I understand the perfection mentality because that's how I am. I gotta make sure my product is top notch because that's just me in general. Like, I gotta, like, presentation matters for me, you know, because I'm a content creator and I'm opening up. Now it's like, okay, I have like 50, 30 people watching my product, you know? So I gotta make sure, like, okay, that's the reason why people subscribe. That's the reason why people join. That's the reason why people want to wrestle, because it's just the product in general. Presentation matters. And I have other people recording for me, so they have that mentality. Oh, I'm an XVPW, so I gotta make sure, like you know the saying, like, oh, like, the person who's leading, like, lead by example. So if X is producing the main event, like, they gotta make sure, okay, like, they add up to that, like, presentation matters, or like they gotta be on their top notch, like, game, like, you know. So
Yeah.
I always tell them, hey, like, you know, just do your best. You know, just do your best. Like, you know, I'm not expecting anything. I'll always correct you afterwards, you know, if you want to hear the constructive criticism. But for you, in general, like, if this is something that you want to do, especially, like, you know, you have this, you know, you want to start your own promotion and all that stuff, like, just do you first. Like, that's just how that's just how it is. Like, if you, like, nobody's gonna stop you, just you know. And you bought this game and you have this idea, just do it. Like, what's stopping you? Like, you're your own pace. You're like, you know, people are not looking forward to something, you know, like, you're your own schedule. Like, if it's something that you want to do, like, drop one show a year, fuck it, you did it. You did a show. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Freaking Akira does her own show with all her universes and side characters, and I watched that shit. That shit was funny. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Even Akira's, oh, I didn't expect you to watch. Yeah, it was fun. Good shit.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something I'll take into consideration because, like I said, the idea of running a company is something I've wanted to fancy the idea of, for lack of a better term. And I just, you know, it's, again, that mentality we've been talking about where it's like, will people like it? Will people like it? Will people like it? But giving it a try, just, you know, do it to do it. I wouldn't be opposed to it. It's just, honestly, when it comes down to it, if I go for it, it's just getting it made, you know?
Yeah.
So who knows? Maybe you'll see Alexander Henry or, you know, a fucking 90th character be made in a suit and tie announcing the formation of a company.
Cool. That sounds exciting.
Yeah. I'm looking at the chat for the podcast. I'm fully wondering if Andy Jaden realizes that this is me, or if it's just like, oh, this Atlas character or this Atlas guy sounds cool. Or, well, I hope sounds cool. I don't fucking know. I always say that I am the perfectionist of mediocrity.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I said, with also, hello Andy, I see your message. But without going in depth of, like, any of the plans, but just to, like, I guess to kind of give people a little bit grains of excitement, it's like, I'm really excited for what I'm going to do with Atlas and Alex. Even though right now the big thing that, and I know it's people teasing me, but it's also that perfectionist mindset of, like, okay, Atlas and Alex literally sound the same. Maybe I can do something to make Alex sound a little more mature than Atlas, because Atlas is me, a 23-year-old dude with ADHD. And then decided, I guess in Atlas's case, fully at this point, he decided to be a fucking wrestler. With Alex, it's like, this is a guy who's been wrestling for almost 10 years. Like, he shouldn't sound like a 23-year-old. But I'm excited for their stories because I believe that it can pull parts of me out that I thought were gone. Not in a negative context, but in a form of like my promo work. I always admitted it. I'm sure people who have followed me for a while probably noticed it, the lack of motivation and drive with the promos. And I firmly believe a lot of this stuff that's upcoming for me as a creator, it can pull out that part of me where it's just like you can hear the passion in the promos. Because I do agree with you that I'm very passionate about this community because it really was the footstep towards a lot of the things that I'm doing right now in my life. Where it's like I wouldn't have wanted to do, voice acting work if I didn't voice Alex or Atlas or any of my fucking characters, whether it was poor or perfection. I wouldn't have gotten into writing as much as I have to a point where I'm literally helping a business with it if it wasn't for CAW, because it helped me get more diverse and intricate, for lack of a better term, with my writing. And ultimately, I wouldn't have had the courage to try, even just attempt to become a real life professional wrestler if it wasn't for this community, because I wouldn't have had the pieces of the foundation laid out before me to even have an idea of like, how do I do this shit? What character would I even want to be? Who would I want to be in the ring?
Yeah.
So it's a mixture of passionate, where it's like this community is really what made me a creator, but it's also, for that same point, I feel indebted, where it's like this community made me who I am. The least I can do is give them the best quality that I can. And that's it. It sounds so cut, dry, repeat, because I say that with a lot of things, but it's the honest to God truth. In the fucking 2019, 2026, however many fucking years it's been since that. Yeah, 7 years since all the stuff happened. The last time I was on a podcast, it really put me into perspective just how quickly opportunities can disappear from your life. So I try to take all of them, as big or as little as they are, with all the gratefulness that I can, give to one of those opportunities, whether it's just, hey, it's Alex and CAW, or hey, it's me at training for wrestling, or me in the gym, or me at my full-time job, or me helping with the writing business. It really put in perspective where it's like, I don't deserve this shit, so I gotta be grateful for what I have.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. I understand. Because like, you do take this a certain way, because the fact that you are very passionate and you do work hard, and you put in the work, which I like. So, but I want to say, like, don't forget that this community, like, this is still a gaming community, and it's run by people, like, it's run by the asylum and the inmates.
Yeah.
So my fear is you do all this and you end up becoming disappointed in the end. So just do this for you at first, because like, look at a like, let's be honest, what happened after UCW? I don't know. Are they still in business? They haven't dropped the show in God knows how long, right?
Right.
Yeah, right. And you put in a lot of work into that show, and where is it now? So as I'm saying, like, do this for you first, because there are times where I made matches for people, and that show didn't drop for God knows how long, and I'm like, yo, you keeping my show, like, you keeping matches hostage, and I work my ass off in that show, and where is it now? Fucking somebody's in the ether. Like, that's just how this community is,
Yeah.
Some people, I'll drop a promo, and next thing you know, they expect another promo, and I'm like, well, I worked hard on that promo, and it's not my fault you haven't dropped, you know. So do this for you first, you know, because I remember when I talked about our match, I asked so much information about you, and you know your character very well. So okay, you know, what's Axis strengths, weakness, what like who's he inspired by, you know, what moves you want to show, you know, because at the end of the day, it was my job to make you look good, because I was the producer, you know. So I made sure I made Atlas look fucking good, and our build up was good. So I made sure
It was,
and I made sure our promos and my promo was good, just so I can put you over, you know. And that was and I made sure the UCW dropped that day. I made sure, I'm like, hey, is our match still going on? Are you sure? Okay, so you're just waiting for my match? Okay, cool. You'll get it this month with a promo to promote. And I made sure they dropped that month, because I was like, I'm tired of fucking making matches for promotions and they don't fucking drop. So that's why I say like, I did this for me first, and you were my opponent, so I made sure it's for you. Then by the end of the day, is the fucking company happy? Is UCW happy? Is my fucking fan base happy? You know, is Alexander's fan base happy? All right, cool. I made sure I did that for me first, because, like, you know, it was like, I have to make sure that this match lives up to the reputation of X and Atlas, and we're in the main event, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and fuck, I just lost, like, all train of thought. Fuck.
It's fine. It happens.
Fuck, where was I gonna go with that? Fuck. I mean, really, just like what I'm gathering of my fucking, like, I'm really proving right now that the ADHD is real. I will go to say something and then fucking my brain will go in different directions. But that's like, that's the thing that makes me grateful for what you do, you know, like, the term selfless is something that can be very loose depending on who's saying it. And if you ask me, and it's easy to say because, you know, we're on the podcast right now, it's on record, I'm literally talking to you, but it's the honest to God truth. You are one of the most selfless people in this community, because again, at that time, yes, story wise, you could have, it would have made sense for Alex to be X, but from creator to creator, it just wasn't on paper logical. But you still went and took the character of Alexander Henry into consideration. You took his moveset, you took his mentality, you took even a fan base, which I don't know if I would say I have a full-blown fucking fan base. Maybe I have people who humor my my content, but again, that's just me being my own worst critic. But either way, you took those and you ran with it, and you made fucking magic with it. And a lot of people, you know, you've done that for too. And yeah, I guess just what I'm saying is just going back to that gratefulness, where it's like, I appreciate what you did for Alex, because at that time, you know, yes, he was the champion. Yes, he was in a storyline where it was building to the idea of like, oh, will he get the lucky 7? So it made sense on paper for the story for Alex to be X. But again, from creator to creator, from a guy who just maybe cuts 1 or 2 good promos every couple months to a guy who's literally ranked by anybody as the best recorder in this fucking community, it just didn't make sense for me. And you still just said, okay, I'll come in, I'll put over Alex. Fuck yeah, let's do it. Mm-hmm. But like you said, you also did it for you, and you made it something that you loved, something that you enjoyed, which is also amazing to hear.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like, I don't have problem putting people over. I never had an issue of, like, me politicking. Like, there are times where I just had to politic because, like, you guys are not making any sense. Like, you know, I had to politic my way into getting a W one time because I'm like, this guy, you know, it's like, it's not even the background. It's like the story just didn't make sense, you know? Mm-hmm. So, like, I care about the story. So when people tell me, okay, what's the story? Like, why am I doing this? Because I have to know why I'm doing this for me to cut a promo, you know? It's not just like, okay, hey, like, oh, you're facing Jackson. All right, why? You know, unless it's me pitching it, then okay, like this will fit. But if it's a promoter saying, "Hey, we just want to see you two fight," like, okay, so what's the fucking point of me fighting him? Like, what's the point of me wrestling this guy?
Yeah.
Like, is it a dream match? Like, really? Okay. Like, did people really want this, or you just want this your wet dream for me? What wrestling this guy? So I have to know a fucking reason, because it has to determine, okay, why am I cutting this promo? What's the whole reason?
Right.
So just for it to sound authentic, and that was the problem with a lot of people's promos. Like, they just don't sound authentic. So if it's me wrestling, let's say a Carter or whoever, it has to sound authentic to the point where, okay, this is real emotion coming out of me, because I am cutting an in real life promo, so it has to sound real. It has to sound authentic. It has to look authentic. It has to sound believable, because it's legit me in front of a camera cutting a promo. So it's always the reason why these two fighting, why these two wrestling, and that's the reason why some promoters, like, they just don't know how to book. They don't know. They just want to see two guys go at it because it looks cool and have bigger names. It gets them views, and that's just the wrong reason to go about it, from my eyes at least.
Right, and that's honestly a fair mindset to have. Like, for me, with my characters, or at least Alex and Atlas, especially Atlas, again, without giving too much away, the story that Atlas is going to be going into, not just in one particular company, but all around as a character. My goal is always, how can we include the idea that these are still people at the end of the day?
Mm-hmm.
Keeping that my idea of CAW was always, as much as it is, the video game, us just enjoying it, it's also us kind of bringing the game to life. So it's like, how can I remind people that these characters are still human, especially Atlas? Because again, I've said it on record in chats. His story is my story, and my story is his. Yeah. What I've gone through in my life, he's gone through. What he's gone through in his life, I've gone through. And it's a risky story that I'm going to be telling, because it opens a lot of old wounds from me, the creator's personal life, and dive into that story. But it's a story that I'm willing to tell, because ironic that we're doing this in June. It's a month represented for two things. Pride Month, something that I fully love and support. I love seeing the inclusion of everyone in the LGBT community. I'm just making sure I put that on record. But it's also the Men's Mental Health Month, as far as I'm remembering. So I guess to kind of give those last bits of grains, because I am seeing the time. I am going to have to be heading off soon. I want Atlas's story to show, for not just men, but anyone, that being not okay doesn't make you any less of a person, and that you are not alone in anything that you go through. And I just want to show, I guess in my case, the demons that I battled in recent months and in video game form, and just kind of tell my story, for lack of a better term. So just overall with everything, the story and all of that will go into it, I'm excited to showcase it to people. And as much as I am nervous to open up with this story with Atlas, I'm also excited for it, because my ultimate goal is just to show people, we're all human, we all battle demons, and you're never alone.
Yeah. All right. Sounds like that's a good way to close it off.
Yeah. I got to be passionate a little bit.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, thank you for all listening to this podcast.
Thank you for all listening to me yap for an hour and 5 minutes.
All right. Later.
Later.